Hi guys, I'm Vanessa and welcome back to the channel.
I'ma do my stuff.
So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the well-awaited Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. I know in social media this day and age a topic goes by fast. The Super Bowl was Sunday and right now it's Thursday and it is going on old news. Like everyone jumped on that topic so long ago and I am on the late train. But you know, in the words of Kath Williams, I'm gonna be late but I'm coming. So yes, without further ado and chit chat, let's get into the video. So first of all, I didn't watch the Super Bowl performance live purposefully. I didn't watch it because, number one, disclaimer, I am not a fan of the Super Bowl in general. I do not know much about the Super Bowl. I do not understand it. Grew up in Jamaica. American football was not a thing there. Came here, learned some about it, just a little bit, enough to know that it's a sport, and I've never been curious to learn more. I think the most I've heard was from the movie Concussion, and that movie I didn't even see all of it anyways. So I've never really been a fan of the sport. And then one thing about the sport that gets me is that it's called football, and a friend of mine pointed out to me, a friend from Jamaica too, he was like, it's called football even though in the sport they only kick the ball once. Why is it called football? That thing is beyond me. And then the actual football, like World Cup, FIFA, those, that is called soccer. No, I think the name should be reversed. I think the NFL, American football, should be called soccer because you're sucking each other literally. And then actual football where you use your foot, World Cup, football, that should be called football. If you disagree with me, go ahead and vent in the comment section below, but you'll be arguing with yourself because it's a done deal. There will be no back and forth with me about it. Football, FIFA football, World Cup football is football. This is not football. This is hustling. This is soccer. NFL should be called soccer. Anyways, I digress. Back to the topic, which is Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl. Now, a lot of people on this channel are not Americans. I know you guys do not know what the NFL is for the most part. Maybe you watching this video searched it up, so you can skip this part of the video if you don't know. But the NFL is basically American football, and they have what is called a halftime show. And traditionally in the beginning, the halftime shows used to be a marching band performance, but as years progressed they started to have, you know, different performances by different bands, or sometimes a compilation of different artists. Anyways, for this Super Bowl, it was the 58th Super Bowl, I believe, and Kendrick Lamar made history, as they say, because he's the first solo rapper performance that headlined the show. And among other things, I think to date it's the most watched halftime show performance, and yeah, rightfully so. Anyways, I'll go into my thoughts on it. I did not watch the Super Bowl halftime show live, and reason being, I was tired and I didn't feel like it was worth sacrificing the sleep when I can just watch it another day. But yeah, after I woke up in the morning, probably like 2 a.m. or so, and I was like, oh, let me watch the halftime show performance, and I watched it from start to beginning, and it was entertaining to me. Now afterwards I realized that a lot of people are critiquing it online for different reasons. My critique on it was, I think the performance was lit. Everything about it was entertaining. However, the things that I would change are the fashion choices, and that is just based on my personal preferences, because whenever an event is going on as a once in a lifetime event, once a year event, I like all the lights, I like all the fires, I like all the bling, and they were just wearing basic clothes. Maybe it's for a purpose, to send a message so that they can pay attention to the actual message and not like the exterior. But for me, I would have put on bling. I would have given the girls different outfits. I would have given Kendrick a whole different suit. I know everything has its meaning, but for me, that's the things that I would change. And also for the stage, I know that it's set up like a a Sony PlayStation. According to my husband, he pointed that out to me. I didn't even notice that, but I would add some lights to the stage. I would put some lights on the floor. Those are the things that I would change. And I noticed, though, online, I was on Facebook and I saw they were showing different people react to the performance, and it was mixed. Some people were really happy about it and some people were like, what is this? And I noticed specifically it is a certain demographic that's saying that they do not understand it, why they don't like it. But personally, I don't believe you have to understand something to like it. So I think that is what, as the Gen Z is calling nowadays, a cop-out. Well, maybe it's not even a Gen Z thing, but a cop-out. And that's basically has come to mean an evasion and escape from facing up to something. So evasion or escape from facing up to something. And what these somethings are that this demographic is evading specifically is some references that is racially charged that was mentioned. For example, Samuel Jackson, well-known American actor, in this performance he played Uncle Sam.
It's your uncle, Sam.
And for those of you who are unaware of Uncle Sam is an American nickname that essentially means the American government, and it is derived from the War of 1812, I should say, not World War. War of 1812, where the United States Army used to get food from Wilson, and it was stamped on the barrel US, meaning United States. But because Wilson is known as Uncle Sam, soldiers began calling it Uncle Sam's. So because of that, now that reference from the war from 1812, they've been calling the US government Uncle Sam. So Samuel Jackson in this performance was representing Uncle Sam. And then he brought up the point of 40 acres and a mule.
40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
I know, as much as you say you don't understand him, the Uncle Sam reference was clear. The 40 acres and a mule reference was clear. And for those of you who don't know, 40 acres and a mule, after the Civil War, formerly enslaved black people were promised 40 acres and a mule as a form of repatriation for the times that they were enslaved. But after President Lincoln's assassination, President Andrew Johnson reserved the order that allocated land to newly freed slaves, returning the land to former Confederate owners, effectively denying African Americans the promised land and economic independence and the policy intended to provide. Now, then putting this all together, what is the relationship between African American and Uncle Sam? Well, the relationship between African American and Uncle Sam is historically complex, and it is marked by the tension between the idea of patriotism and the reality of racial discrimination, where African Americans often felt excluded from the full benefits of being considered Americans despite serving in the military and contributing to the country, even facing segregation and unequal treatment within the armed forces when representing Uncle Sam. So those are two of the main references I can remember from performance that I know that was clear to people. I know some people say they don't understand it, but I think those two references were clear, and a lot of people don't want to, address it or recognize it. But for the most part, I can say there's different reactions, but that whole explanation that, oh, we do not like it because we don't understand it, I'm not, if you don't like the rhythm, if you don't like the vibe, that's different. But when you say you don't understand it, I've seen Shakira dancing and singing in Spanish and shaking her hips, and it's a whole vibe. You don't have to even understand. I'm gonna just insert some clips right here of, just to demonstrate you don't have to understand it to like it.
Is in my chain, 80 pointers like a Kobe game, 7-6 so make them plain.
Bully the floor on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young.
To each his own. I think some people genuinely did not like the sound, some people did not like the visuals, but the part of I don't understand it, I think it's just a certain demographics and it was just too black for them. And then you know, it was highlighting some racial issues that a lot of people don't want to address, I think. And you know, it's something for you to look within yourself and find the real reason why those issues are so, why you're so sensitive to those issues, and why you feel like you don't want to address it, or you know, accept that there's issues that need to be addressed. Anyways, I digress. Another side of this performance now, Kendrick performed the song Not Like Us, which was a diss song to Drake. And my thoughts on this are also mixed, because he teased the song in the beginning, you know, he acted like he wasn't going to say the song because they like to sue. That part was funny. And then he went on to do the song anyways, and it was diabolic, because first of all, Drake had started legal actions against him for the song. He has just won a Grammy on the song, and then he's gonna play the song at the Super Bowl. I think it's just like hit after hit after hit. And for those of you who do not know, Kendrick Lamar and Drake has a long going feud that has been going on since last year. I know there is a video that break down the full explanation of this beef that they've been having when it started, but the high point of it started last year around March from what I've looked up, and it's been going ever since. And Kendrick Lamar so far has been having the upper hand, and this is, you know, one of the first time I'm seeing this ever happen to Drake, because he's usually known for, you know, provoking beefs and being the winner. For example, the most memorable one is the one with him and Meek Mill, and he was doing the most. He sang the song back to back, and he lived out every lyrics in that song. The part in the song where he said he's gonna buy bottles for Charlemagne, he sent those bottles to Charlemagne. The part of the song where he says he's in Tootsie's getting shoulder rub, he went to Tootsie's and got shoulder. He did everything in the song that he sang against Meek Mill, and he was just trolling him. And then Kendrick Lamar now made these songs at him, and he's just been going back to back to back. And I mean, to each his own. So I knew Kendrick. So I've noticed some differences with Kendrick Lamar. For those of you who are unaware of Kendrick Lamar, for me, my first impression of him was that he's very humble, he's very down to earth. I remember several years ago I saw this video or post on Facebook that was talking about Kendrick Lamar, and it was showing that. So that kind of impressed me, because I felt like, you know, he was very humble, and they showed that a lot of his wealth he used to give back to the community for development, and I felt like, you know, he was a very good, very humble person. However, when this beef started with Drake, I saw a different side of him that I didn't know exists. But then I was thinking, you know, he's like representing the David and Goliath story, where literally physically he's shorter than Drake, smaller than Drake. When it comes to like career wise, Drake is the bigger pop star. However, even though Drake is a bigger pop star, Kendrick Lamar had more, you know, respect in the rap community, because he wrote his own things, and then he had real rap, and then he comes from, you know, the real African American background and not the knockoff version. But for the most part, he's lived, you know, the most authentic rap life that people respect more. So he had more respect than Drake in the rap community. But overall, I feel like this beef between him and Drake, I noticed that he stepped out of the image that he had before of being, you know, the calm, gentle soul. Because when he started coming back at Drake, it was just like hit after hit. I can't even go over all the songs because I don't even remember all of them right now, and neither do I even know all of them. But I know that the first couple songs Drake dropped at this song, and Kendrick responded with fire. Drake responded trying to put out that fire, and Kendrick just dropped an atomic bomb after bomb after bomb, and I'm like, we haven't heard of from Drake since someone turned his TV off, I'm guessing. Anyways, if you know, you know that reference. But for the most part, I feel like Kendrick Lamar has changed. When I don't know if you guys remember when he did that song with Rihanna and he was accepting the Grammy Awards. I liked how humble he was when he was accepting the awards. You know, he thanked all the people who helped him, and then he thanked Rihanna. I was like, oh, you smoked me in my own song. I felt like, you know, that was a real humbling experience. And then the way he dressed is different from now. Then I was noticing at the performance for the halftime show, he was wearing this blinged out necklace with a lowercase a. I know probably the reference is the A minor for Drake, but I've never known him to be wearing, you know, big studied out necklaces like that. I haven't seen that as a thing for him. And then I didn't know him as a person that will be like doing this songs with beef. For the most part, his songs were about real issues, and yeah, for the most part he was like more down to earth. But no, I think after this Drake beef, then again it's perception versus reality. It's just my perception. I feel like I see he's not as my perception of him is that he's not so much down to earth as before. And yet again, I could be wrong. It's just my perception though. I feel like he's won the fight with Drake and he just keep going. It reminds me of that episode on The Traitors, where I'm gonna insert the clip where the guy basically said he's gonna throw someone under the bus and he's gonna stop, reverse on them again. And I feel like that's what happened with Kendrick. Kendrick won the fight with Drake. He ran him over, he stopped the car, and he reversed on him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a bit much.
And if I can save myself by throwing her under the bus, or get ready, because I'm going to throw her under it, put it in reverse, and run back over top of her. Because, I mean, I'll do it if it means saving myself.
I feel like, you know, after he won, we could just be like moving right along to the next thing. But no, he kept going. But something that came to my mind when I saw how much he kept going, I was like, why does he keep going even though he won? Then I remember there was an interview with Kanye West, and Kanye West was talking about Drake, and he said Drake has a tendency to put hidden, like, subliminal disses in his song that's geared at you, the person, but no one who's listening to the song will know what he's talking about, only you and him. So I'm thinking it's been a long-standing thing probably that Drake has been dropping hits and subliminal disses to Kendrick Lamar, and it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, there's only so much a cup can hold, because some people are like that. I'm like that sometimes. Like, I will be like letting things slide, and then when I blow up, it's just atomic bomb. And I think probably that's what happened with Kendrick. He just blew up and it's an atomic bomb. But how I saw him before, I felt like he was really down to earth, really chill. Wouldn't be with the back and forth beef thing. And well, he did teach Drake a lesson, that's all I'm saying. But I feel like I feel like I see a different part of him that I haven't seen before. So yeah, but I'm looking at it like, if there's any lesson to learn from that, is don't be like Drake. Don't provoke people to anger. You know that video? Don't provoke don't provoke people to anger. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, in terms of like Kendrick Lamar, I feel like his success now with, you know, after writing those songs, all those songs were hits on top of hits. He's been getting a lot of promotions, you know, he's won Grammys and so on. And I feel like being put on such a high pedestal, I feel like the pressure or just the attention on him, as you know, caused him to shift a bit. And I feel like a lesson you can learn from that is to be stay grounded and don't let the hype get to you, because people will gas you up, you know, and let you feel like you're on top of the world. But then you'll just have like this pressure to perform, and then you might lose who you are. But it's good to just stay grounded, take your shoes off, go outside, get in touch with the earth, you know, stay grounded, and don't let the hype or the accomplishments cause you to lose focus or lose sight of who you really are or what really matters. Because I feel like that's what's happening in this case. I feel like people hyping him up too much, and it's causing him to stray from the person he is. But just stay humble. Remember that in the end, it's all between you and God. It's not between you and them. And change is good. Change is good. Maybe easy to change person. Change is good. We're constantly changing, and we're not the same person we were yesterday. Not the same person you're gonna be tomorrow. Not even the same person you were 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago. We're constantly changing. So perhaps it's changing, and just this is just what he's evolving into. But just know that you should strive to always have a solid core and clear lenses, solid core, so that people don't get to break who you are to the core, and clear lenses that you can just see through the bullshit. Oh yeah, another thing that I didn't touch on was Serena. This video all over the place. I'm gonna chop it up, but the last thing I wanted to touch on was Serena. They were saying, oh, she's crip walking, and that dance she was doing, I don't know if you guys remember, Usain Bolt actually did that dance already in the Olympics. I think it was in the Beijing Olympics. He already did that dance. They call it crip walking. That dance is old as hell, and that's a dance that they used. I don't know if crip walk, I didn't even know that was crip walking, because they were doing that dance in Jamaica in the 60s or 70s, and it was called heel and toe. It's an old dance that old people do, and I guess the Crips have acquired it, and now it's a crip walk. I'm learning something new. I didn't even know she was crip walking. But anyways, can you imagine? Don't be like Drake and provoke people, because now his ex-girlfriend is there dancing to this song on national TV. And yeah, ex-girlfriend, some people don't even know that Drake and Serena were dating, but it's alleged. It's one of those relationships that was never confirmed, but yeah, they were dating, because he's even made songs about her. And recently I think they released this clip where Drake was saying that he made a song and it wasn't too disrespectful, so she shouldn't be really mad. And I'm like, what the hell? Why would he release something like that? But he's been provoking her for a while, and I remember like the most recent one was he was having a whole back and forth with Serena's husband, calling him a groupie and whatnot. But the husband did clap back really good. He did clap back really good and defending himself well. But yeah, some people saying why Serena they are dancing to the song, but rightfully so. Drake and Serena has a long-standing history, and he's been like at the point where they should be move on. He's been like dropping jabs and provoking her, so I guess this was her clap back, and Kendrick facilitated it. Yeah. Oh, one other thing about the performance I forgot to talk about was SZA's performance in it. I felt like her performance was very beautiful. I loved her vocals, every part of it. Again, only thing I would change for all the performances were the outfits. I think they should hire me, put me on the team of designing all the outfits, because I would give them fire outfits. SZA needed to come down on a swing with long hair to the floor, blinged out, firework, everything, butterflies. They need to put me on the wardrobe team. That's all I'm saying. I'll change the wardrobe and lighting. That's what I would like to do, wardrobe and lighting. But apart from that, it was a vibe. I liked it. Not everything, I understand not everything is gonna be everyone's cup of tea. I understand that some people just didn't really vibe with it, and then a lot of people were watching the performance and they were really quiet, and I'm like, it's okay to be quiet, because a lot of that was like poetry. It's where you listen. There was some of it where you can dance, but a lot of it he was sending a message. I don't see the need to be dancing when he's talking about the Uncle Sam references and 40 acres and a mule references, and just some other racial things, some messages that were being sent. There was no need to dance to that, and people are like, oh, some of the stuff he could have skipped some of the stuff, but I understand the whole point of it was just to send a message, and the message was sent. Anyways, I can't remember the other thing that I was gonna say, but yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you do like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you team Drake? Are you team Kendrick? Are you team Superbowl? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, thanks again for watching this video. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more thoughts, comments, and reaction videos coming up. Yes, thank you and goodbye. Oh, alright, you've made it to the end of the video, so I'm just gonna add a little juicy bit. This is an extension, and this is just a little dream. So right after the Super Bowl, like the day after Super Bowl, the 9th, the 10th, I had a dream. So I dreamt that I was at my desk, reached under the desk, I felt something weird, and so I pulled it up. When I look, it was this red and black wig. It was red and black wig, like the half and half wig that was in the Kendrick Lamar's performance. So I took it out, and anyways, afterwards I woke up. So I don't know if you believe that dreams have meaning, but I do, and I just grew up that way. There's some people say it's a superstitious thing, but I feel like you solve problems in your dreams. I'm gonna do a whole video on dreams and like dream interpretations and things like that, but when I do, I'm gonna link it here. And anyways, I felt like the dream had a meaning, didn't know what it meant. So you know, it's that day and age when you go to AI for everything. So I went to AI, ChatGPT, and asked, put in the dream and asked what the dream mean. Here ChatGPT was like, that's such a random yet interesting dream. Dream often pull from things that we've recently seen, but they also have layers of symbolism. The fact that you notice something under your desk could mean there's something unexpected or hidden in your life that's coming to your attention. Wigs, especially the red and black one from Kendrick's performance, could symbolize transformation, disguise, or even a bold statement. Maybe something about identity or creativity that has been on your mind. Do you feel like there's something in your life that you're starting to see in a new way? There is. Or maybe something unexpected that caught your attention recently. And I think yes and yes to both. So yeah, after I had that dream, I was like, I'm gonna make this video.